I want to welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. Here's today's question. A Christian wife dies and goes to heaven. 2 years later, the Christian husband dies and goes to heaven. What does the Bible say about the relationship in heaven? What will it be like? Well, this is one of the most frequently asked questions because particularly those of us who are believers in Jesus Christ, who have spouses that are believers, we have hopefully this God-centered marriage here for sometimes 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 plus years. And then there's all of eternity. And is it just gone? Is it different? Well, the one scripture that we really lean upon here is in Matthew chapter 22, verse 30. Jesus is actually being somewhat cornered by what we know as the Sadducees. They did not believe in what we know as the afterlife or eternity. And so they posed Jesus a question. And the question goes a little something like this. There's a woman who has a husband who dies. Then she marries his brother, which was normal practice based on the book of Deuteronomy back then, till she goes through all 7 brothers, okay? When she dies and, quote, goes to heaven, remember they didn't believe in it, who will be her husband, okay? Jesus most famously responds by saying, you err not knowing the scriptures, but we will one day be as the angels. Now, this is important. Jesus did not say a believer becomes an angel. That's a Hollywood thing, not a Bible thing. He said we'll be as the angels, a simile, and shall not marry. And so what we know as the institution of marriage is not a heavenly institution. It's just mentioned in scripture as not being so. We'll be as the angels. So now, some people that causes a lot of grief. Some people that actually causes a lot of relief. But here's what I want you to hear about the question. Whatever the relationships that we have here on earth are going to be so infinitely greater and allow me to say even more divine and supreme in eternity than they are here. Let me kind of close this question with probably the best example, okay? The best example is this. What we know is the new heaven one day says that the road is paved with gold. And yet here, the finest roads we have are asphalt, cement, etc. How much greater is a gold road than an asphalt road? Why would we take a substance that is so valuable here and walk on it up there? Well, I think part of the illustration here is that which we consider the greatest of relationships, marriage. Even Jesus said so in Ephesians chapter 5, is not of as great significance there. So you have a husband and a wife. I'll just use my wife and I as an example. I don't know if or when this will happen in our life, but if it were, one day we're both going to be in heaven because we're believers in Jesus Christ. However, I can confidently, biblically say we will not have a marriage relationship there as we do here per Matthew chapter 22, verse 30. Great question. If you have one, send to askjeff.net. Maybe your question will be tomorrow. Thanks for being a part of today's daily question. Now, we answer a question each and every day. Please feel free to submit a new question at askjeff.net. We may not have gotten to yours today, but we eventually will continue to be a part of this. Subscribe so you don't miss out on a question every day.